Okay, more of this. I'm going to try to do a split screen today so that you all can see me shoot and the results. So first I'm going to put 3 shots out there without touching anything on this rifle. I am shooting at the crosses of these, the intersections of the crosses. Okay, I'm going to scoot over 1 square. This makes the accuracy harder because you have to use 14 hands to do this, and I only got 2. Okay, I'm applying a slight amount of pressure to the scope. I'm going to move over another square, and I'm going to apply some side pressure to the scope. And now I'm going to see, so we've already proven this. You put pressure on the scope, it's going to change the point of impact, period. We were talking, somebody mentioned harmonics. I do not believe that touching this scope is going to change the harmonics of the barrel. So let's see what happens when we do that, because that's a whole other issue that I see shooters do. They put their hand out here on a barricade and they put their thumb on the barrel to stabilize a rifle. We all know that's a bad thing to do. So let's just see what happens if we do that. So this is going to be downward pressure. That was interesting. I'm going to move up a square. So downward pressure on the scope raises the point of impact. Pressure to the right on the scope changes the point of impact to the left. A slight downward pressure on this barrel moves the impact down. So the barrel, I would say, is moving independently of the scope when you push on just the barrel, which makes this whole thing even more complicated and confusing. Probably need to get Brian from Applied Ballistics in here to figure this out. He's an actual engineer and genius. I, however, am not. Let's try to push the barrel to the right. You're dead. Crazy. So what's happening here? I can't get a perfect purchase on the side of the barrel. Unless I get my hand out here, that's too uncomfortable. I'm already having a hard time staying steady because I'm not really using the bag because of the two-handed thing. So when I'm pushing on this barrel, I am pushing to the right, and it's pushing down slightly because I'm high on it. And that's exactly what's happening to the impact. The impact is going right and down. So I think we can rule out the fact that any pressure on the scope is changing the harmonics in the barrel. The barrel does something completely different. Whichever way you push the barrel is changing the point of the impact. When you push the scope, it's doing the exact opposite of the way you're pushing it. So if you push to the right, the impact goes left. If you push down, the impact goes up. I don't know how much more we can beat this horse. It's pretty dead. I think if we go any further, we're gonna have to gut it and cook the organs. The whole bottom line of this is you have a free float barrel for a reason, and that scope is a precision instrument, and you probably ought to keep your hand and any obstacles off of it. I'm going to do one more shot with just a slight amount of pressure on this scope, and I'm talking slight, like maybe what you would see on a really well-balanced rifle out here. I don't think it'll make any difference. Let's see. A tiny bit high. Now 2 shots with no pressure. I don't know if that was me. I'm going to take one more. I think that second one was me. One more. So I got 3 in the same hole. I'm freaking freezing out here. I don't know what, I think it's 15 degrees. So even that slight amount of pressure is what I would consider somebody that had a really nicely balanced gun and just had their hand there just for some support and balance. Did raise it. I don't know, 1/10 to 2/10. That's more than I want. This is the Discovery Optic, and this is the one that has the mount back furthest from the flare on the objective lens. As I've said before, do what you want with the information. I'm just trying to help. I'm not selling anything here. Not making money. Just trying to help everybody. Have a great day.